Today, I'll be comparing War Tycoon's planes to a Roblox game that is made entirely just for flying. That game is going to be PTFS, also known as Pilot Training Flight Simulator. The way I'm going to test how these two games compare in planes is I'm going to get the same plane in both War Tycoon and PTFS and just compare them to see how good they actually are. The plane that I've decided to choose is going to be the Harrier. That's because both planes have it, and both planes have vertical takeoff and landing, so I would really like to see how the two games did it differently. So first, let's just start with War Tycoon. Okay, there it is, the Harrier. Harrier 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rate both planes, and then I'm going to see which game is better. This is War Tycoon's Harrier. It looks pretty good. For some reason, the textures are a little blurry, but like, that might not even be War Tycoon's fault, and one major difference that these have is, obviously this is a war game, so the plane is armed with missiles and a gun somewhere. I don't know where it is. Let's see, where is it? Oh, they're at the bottom. There's two guns at the bottom right here, but the one in PTFS doesn't have any weapons, because it's just a flying game. More like a simulator, but like, okay, so the outside of the plane looks pretty good. Now, let's move on to the interior. I'd say most of War Tycoon's interiors are very good because they have the instruments and all that. They don't work, but at least it looks really good. And it looks pretty detailed with lots of like knobs and switches and all that. So, this is a very good interior. Next, I'm going to be going over variety. And I don't know how many planes PTFS has because I haven't played it in a little bit. But this has like... I don't know how many planes that is, but like... So War Tycoon has 28 planes. Yes, I counted them. Now, I really would like to see how this compares to a game that is just made for planes. Like, does PTFS have like a lot more, a little more, less? Okay, I don't think it's less because it's a plane game, but I just want to see how much this military game compares to a game that is made just for planes. Now I'm going to compare the flying, so this is how it flies. So what you do to fly is basically just press W, and then like after like 2 to 3 seconds, you take off, and the way you control it is with your mouse. You use it to go left, right, up, down, and then you use W and S to go faster or slower, and then you can use A or D to like twist and do barrel rolls. So I'd say the flying is pretty good, but I wonder how much you can actually go up in PTFS before you stall, because here it's like 2.5k studs, and then you're already stalling and falling. So I really hope it isn't like War Tycoon, cause it's like not a lot at all. And now I'm gonna go over flares. So War Tycoon's flares work is there's like charges, and the Harrier has 3. Most planes have 2, but basically what you do is you just press G and you can spam all your flares at once, and then you have to wait for a cooldown, and it's like a few seconds, like 5 to 10, and then you can use your flares again. I don't know if that's just me, but like, War Tycoon's flares don't look very good. Like, for 3 whole charges, this is all that it has, and then they just disappear after like 3 seconds. Maybe that's how flares look like in real life, I don't know that, but it doesn't look too good. The second to last thing I'm going to go over is vertical takeoff and landing. So basically, all you have to do is press H, and then it switches into VTOL mode, and then after that, you press E to go up, and Q to go down. How you move around is just W, A, S, and D. This feels exactly like helicopters in hover mode. And lastly, let's go over overall realism. So War Tycoon has a pretty realistic plane. As you can see, detailed interior, pretty cool like painting thing, how like the different paints are used. Its flying system is pretty cool, so now let's move on to PTFS. Okay, I've just joined PTFS, so now let's see how they compare. Right away when opening the spawner, you can already see that there's modern and old military, so let's see. Oh, there's a lot of planes. Anyways, the Harrier is an old military, it's right here, and as VTOL. Wait, is it VTOL or VTOL? I don't know. But anyways, this is the plane itself, and right away it looks a lot smaller than the War Tycoon one, but again, this is a flying game, so I don't know if that's really what their main goal is when making these planes. Right away, looking at looks, War Tycoon's definitely looks better. Like on the outside, it looks a lot better. Also, what is up with that? That looks really weird, but I'm just gonna ignore it. Anyways, looks from the outside go to War Tycoon. Now let's look at the interior, and this interior is also pretty good. There's no buttons like on the sides like War Tycoon has, but the thing is, they do have like the dials and screens and other instruments for flying, so I think this goes to War Tycoon also, just cause War Tycoon's is more detailed. And as expected, PTFS has a larger variety as obviously it's a flying game, so it's gonna have more planes. Now let's actually compare flying. So flying is a lot more complicated in this game because there's a engine that you have to turn on and off. In War Tycoon, there's no such thing as the engine that you turn on and off. So you first turn the engine on, then you have to put the throttle up, and then you have to wait until you're fast enough so you can take off. In War Tycoon, you like wait 3 seconds or something, and then you can take off. So far, flying goes to PTFS. But I still want to see what VTOL's like, so I kind of don't know how to use this, so let's see, where is it? R and F, so I have to press R or F. Okay, so R makes it go up and F makes it go down. So this is already very different from War Tycoons because you don't use WASD to move, you use this cursor thing from your mouse. And then what you basically do is to go forwards, you point the nose down, and to go backwards, you point the nose up. Wait, it doesn't go backwards. Does it? Okay, for some reason it just doesn't want to go backwards, but like... Okay, never mind, I guess. It's only point your nose down to go forwards. I guess it's point your nose up to slow down, so that then you could just go down in this, So then you can just go down and land in this mode. But yeah, PTFS also definitely wins with vertical takeoff and landing. It's also a lot more fun to use, like I like doing all of that instead of War Tycoons, it's just WASD and ENQ to go up/down. And now let's actually go up to compare how their flares look like. Also, PTFS finally got animated landing gears, but they're not the best. As you can see, they just fold into the plane, and then yeah. So they're not the best. But anyways, let's see. What key is flares? Flares. Okay, so I press K and then flares come out. I'm also pretty sure that every single plane has their own unique flares. Like this one's, they go both up and down, but I bought the F-16 and theirs only go down. Then I'm pretty sure some planes only go up, so yeah, planes have their own unique flares. So that's pretty cool. And for realism, I don't really know who wins, so I'm just gonna put it as a tie as they're both realistic in their own ways. Like War Tycoons looks more realistic, but then PTFS's flying is a lot better. Wait, I should try a landing. What is the key? G? Okay. Deploy flares. Touchdown. You know, that looks pretty good to me, you know? I even stopped fully in time. You guys should rate the landing in the comments. I think that was fire. Also, if you know how to use this, there's also an advanced mode, but like, I kinda don't know what I'm doing with this. Apparently, you turn by using A and D, but then you twist by using the mouse, but then I also don't know how to use this, so I'm just gonna stick with the normal one. Okay, maybe that wasn't a very good landing, but like, that first one was still really good. So in conclusion, I think it's actually really hard to say which game is better at planes, because both of them have their own strengths and weaknesses. Like, this game has better flying overall, but then War Tycoons just looks a lot better. So if you want a real answer, I think you should just play both of these yourself and you get to decide, cause this all just depends on preferences and stuff, so it's kinda hard for me to say which game is better. Personally, I think PTFS is better for just flying and stuff, but then War Tycoon's better for everything else, except for flares, and VTOL, or VTOL. Still don't know how to say that, but like, whatever. It's also kinda hard to compare these since I only used one plane and I kinda don't know how to fly, so... Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, have a good day, and bye!